Hello everyone and welcome to another tournament of Ninjas of Halo. I am your host, SonicFan4 and today, a record 30 competitors will take on the toughest course Ninjas of Halo has seen. In the last tournament, we saw the breakout runs of Patrillo Fam4 and MightyMax 82 seasoned veterans who were both the first to take on the completely revamped final stage since Atlantic's Cons in Seha. However, despite MightyMax and Patrillo's best efforts, the stage was simply too tough, and neither of them were fast enough to beat it. However, today the course has been completely revamped, and it's ready to take on 30 new competitors. Let's head on down to Stage 1, where the fun is about to begin. Kicking off the heavily modified Stage 1 of Ninjas of Halo, we have a new obstacle, the Step Slider. You must jump across 4 quad step-based steps. However, the twist is now you must jump onto a thin rope and then make your transition to dismount. Afterwards is the unchanged propel bar, which made its debut in Tournament 6. Hit the bouncer and then land on the very thin pole. Then it is the return of an old obstacle, the curtain slider, which is last seen in Tournament 4. It is a true test for newcomers. You must make save jumps across very thin gaps. Then afterwards, it is another returning obstacle, the bounce boulder from Tournament 6. You must hit the bouncer and then roll a ball down into the short track, and then make your dismount. Then it is the unchanged half-pipe attack, which did some damage last tournament. Jump through the half-pipe and then hit the rope to dismount. Afterwards, it is another unchanged obstacle, the Great Wall. You must run up the wall, catch the lip, hit the ball, and then jump over. Then is our third and final, third of 4 returning obstacles, the Vehicle Bouncer from Tournaments 2 through 4. Hit across a series of bouncers, then hit a new ramp, and then finish the obstacle. Then it is the buffed Broken Pipes, which is now the 8th obstacle as opposed to the 5th or 4th. Run across a series of, you guessed it, Broken Pipes. This was the Ninja Killer last tournament. Then it is the Vine to Victory from Tournament 6. Move up the vine as fast as you can, and our competitors will have 100 seconds to clear this heavily remade Stage 1. Alright, let's let the fun begin. The heavily changed Stage 1 of the 8th tournament of Ninjas of Halo, and the first competitor to take it on will be Fix the Wi-Fi. I would assume that if the Wi-Fi needed to be fixed, he would not be running this stage, but nonetheless. Wi-Fi has been around the jumping community for a while. You would probably see him in a lot of premieres, but now he is here on an actual Halo jumping course for his first time. And it looks like he's doing the Halo 4-star run as he's flying through the step slider. Nicely done. Taking a slash at it too into the propeller bar, and he's threw it already 2 obstacles into the curtain slider. This is certainly a tough test. You have to get some quick save jumps, and he does that too, flying through the stage so far into the bounce boulder from Tournament 6. See, he slashes at, that's not a great idea. But nonetheless, he's rolling the ball down the track, and to fix the Wi-Fi, a newcomer is into the half-pipe attack. Nicely done. See, this was a tough test here last tournament, and oh no, we hit the side of the rope. A bad jump by Wi-Fi. Still a good first appearance, but moving on, we have It's Foamy, another newcomer. He's been in the Halo jumping scene for a hot second now, since Tournament 7's filming, so let's see if that experience on other courses can help him out here. Let's see here, a bit of lag, but here he goes. You'll have 100 seconds. Moving to the step slider. Interesting pacing here as he lines up for the rope. And hit the front of it. That's not a great strategy, but he's into the propeller bar. He's going to sprint, jump the bit right there, and he overshot the trampoline. Oh, well. Anyways, moving on, we have our first returning competitor who, oh boy. I think that was supposed to be funny or furry. I couldn't tell, but this is Reiko, otherwise known as Shindu 3. This is his second appearance on Ninjas of Halo, as he wallies his way into the start line. Reiko made his debut in Tournament 2, where he failed the pole maze. However, he's not been seen since. Now Reiko making his first appearance in Ninjas of Halo in 6 tournaments. And look at this, he's gonna slow down here for a hot second. And Reiko is, oh, that's a close dismount, but he's our third comparative to the step slider. see what his technique is for this. Bit of a late jump too, and ooh, he bounced over the propeller. Oh, that's unfortunate. Another victim of the propeller bar. Anyways, moving on, we have a familiar face in Halo jumping. This is Bubba Ace 37. Also a familiar face in the Roblox scene. He is the host of Ninja Warrior Roblox. In the last tournament, he made his debut and wore number 1 in the run order, failing the broken pipes. You have to get pretty deep in the stage if you wanted to try and get revenge on that obstacle. Let's see. First, he has to get through pretty much the rest of the stage. So let's see. Taking his time to the step sider, and he's into the propeller bar, and he flies through it into the curtain sider. He is struggling with some practice. Ooh, he's gonna get a late jump, and look at this. He skipped pretty much the entire obstacle. Interesting technique, but he pays it off. Ooh, almost overshot the bounce boarder there. That would have been a bad way to go out. So he's never seen this obstacle, but he makes it through into the half-pipe attack. He did not get to attempt this in the last tournament. So here he's going for it. He lines up for the rope, and he sticks the rope. Nicely done, and Bubba's going to be the first to take on the Great Wall this tournament. Gonna walk into it. He gets the jump, and Bubba is through the Great Wall and gonna be the first to take on the vehicle bouncer this tournament. As he accidentally gets into the back of it. Oh, he jumped out. What's he doing? And Bubba falls off. What? That is the most tragic failure. He should have just pressed the apron to swap into the driver's seat, but he got out of the vehicle, and Bubba is out on the vehicle bouncer. What a tragic way to go out. Anyway, moving on, we have another newcomer who's done quite well in the tournaments he has been in on mainly minor courses. This is Cobra. I believe that he competed in an Irish Warrior Tournament 9, and if my memory serves right, he got all the way to the mountain cross. So let's see how he can do now. Cobra has kind of come out of nowhere. I believe that's Patrillo in the background. He'll be running later today. Sorry, anyway, into the propeller bar. Flies through that into the curtain sider. He's also going to do what Bubba did and nails it into the bounce boulder. The stage hasn't been too difficult by the looks of it. Bubba making it all the way to the vehicle bouncer. Let's see if Cobra can capitalize on that. He gets a close jump there, but Cobra is onto the Great Wall as well. And he flies up that. Look at this. He's going to be the first to actually attempt the vehicle bouncer. And he does what you're supposed to do. He's lining up for this ramp here. You have to take your time on this, otherwise you're going to clearly undershoot it. And Cobra is through onto the broken pipes. Let's see, he's making quick work of this. He's got 30 seconds on the clock. He can slow down for the Vine to victory, and at this rate, Cobra will be our first clear of the day. He's taking a save jump here. And oh no, Cobra overshoots the Vine to victory! Cobra, what went wrong here? He had so much time, but he just made a mistake on the precision jump. And Cobra, another late exit, this time on the final obstacle. Oh, wow. Moving on, we have another newcomer who's seemingly coming out of nowhere. This is Monkey D. Luffy 479. Monkey, he was actually in a rando session of a different course for a different tournament, and he was actually doing quite well, so we brought him in a party, and now he is here to take on Ninjas of Halo. Let's see how the pretty much rando can do. Let's see here. He's going fast here through the step slider. Monkey also has similar armor to me, so I respect that. Aside from the black look. He's into the propeller bar. Nice work. Monkey here, and he's through the curtain slider. This is certainly some of the better performances we've seen from randos, pretty much. Into the bounce boulder. And he's got it, going through the half-pipe attack. Let's see here, what's he gonna do? Oh my god, what is this? He just skipped the rope! I didn't even know that was possible, just ran up the half-pipe. We're gonna have to look at that in a second. Oh, he's struggling with a Great Wall here. I didn't even know that he could do that, my god. Interesting technique. But he's up the great wall. He's got time for the vehicle bouncer here. He's certainly taking it. And ooh, a crazy bouncer. I don't think he lines it up very well, but now he has to try and regroup. Taking a hot second here. He's only down to 35 seconds. Might want to pick up the pace. He's backing up very slowly. But Monkey, a pretty much rando, is through the vehicle bouncer. Now he just has to get through. He's down to 20 seconds and he needs to get moving. But oh no, he fails the mount of the broken pipes. A good run. Let's look back at this half-pipe attack attempt. Look at this. He just straight up ran up the thing, which I didn't even know you could do, and skipped the rope entirely. But it all fell apart on the broken pipes, just had to rush it. And Monkey, a newcomer, is out on the broken pipes. Alright, after that, a few more competitors took on the course. We had Trickish9803, a returning competitor from Tournament 4 who completely botched the step slider. We have Mr. Savage Fries from Tournament 6 who failed the propeller bar for his second tournament. And then we have Mr. Savage Burger who also failed the propeller bar in Tournament 6, failed the curtain slider this time. Anyway, next up, we have another competitor who is returning. However, this is the host of Irish Warrior himself, Crowned Ferret 19. Ferret, as I said, is the host of Irish Warrior, which I would certainly check out. It's currently, I believe, in filming of its 10th tournament as of this commentary. And it's a fun course. You should check it out. It's been running for about 9 months now, and it's very cool. However, Irish hasn't had too much luck in Ninjas of Halo. He made his debut in Tournament 2, failing the pole maze, and then returned in Tournament 7, failing the broken pipes. Let's see, Irish here, gonna walk into the propeller. This is his strategy, and he has it into the curtain slider. He's also gonna do the skip. Everyone seems to be doing that now. Into the bounce boulder. Let's see, he's moving relatively slowly on this boulder, but he's got time. And he beats it. Whatever goes on now is a personal best. He's lining up the half-pipe attack. Struggling with this in practice. Doesn't do what Monkey did. I certainly wouldn't either. But he's through into the great wall. Lining it up, does the moonwalk technique. And Ferret is up the great wall into the vehicle bouncer. Let's see, how will he take this? Lining it up, and ooh, a wild bounce there. My gosh, I don't even think that was his fault. I just think that was a bad bounce, but Ferret moving in a relatively slow pace, but not as bad as Monkey, or almost overshot the dismount. That would have been bad, but into the broken pipes. This is what he failed in the last tournament. Here, moving through slowly. He might want to pick up the pace, but he's down to 15 seconds for the Vine to Victory, but it can be done. Let's see your Ferret lining up the Vine to Victory, and he overshoots it! Another victim of the Vine to Victory! And let's take a look at this. He just overshot the first bar, was running a bit low on time, and Ferret, a personal best, but our second victim of the Vine to Victory. Oh, wow. This is already doing some damage this tournament. Alright, 10 runs into this tournament, and no one has cleared so far. Moving on, we have another returning competitor making his 6th appearance on Ninjas of Halo is TX DrawTV. Drew made his debut in Tournament 3 wearing number 1 in the run order. However, despite his best efforts on the course, the best he has gotten so far is just the 5th obstacle in the last tournament, going out on the half-pipe attack. Let's see here, got the new music coming in. Oh, almost made a bad jump on the step slider. Would have been bad to go out there. But nonetheless, Drew working through, and he is into the propeller bar. Gonna go straight for it, and Drew is through the propeller. He failed that in Tournament 6. Going for the curtain slider, goes straight for it. He also failed that, and I believe he failed that in his debut. But now he's onto the bounce boulder. Just gonna crouch on it. Really taking a second to get it rolling. But he's moving. Got about a minute left on the clock as he dismounts into the half-pipe attack. Go for it. This is what he failed last tournament, and he's got some save jumps and just makes it into the great wall now. He's gonna moonwalk into it. This is his first time attempting this. Oh, he's off to the right, and he slips off there. He's gonna try and line this up again. And Drew has got it. Got about 35 seconds. I'd really pick up the pace if I was him. He needs to move quicker. Into the vehicle bounce. Oh, that is a wild bounce. He really has to pick it up. He's just down to 25 seconds and he still isn't off the 7th obstacle. He gets out, but he's not getting out of the vehicle. He's down to 15 seconds. He needs to move, and he's just not doing it. Drew, I don't think he's going to have enough time. He's got to fly up this vine to victory if he wants to clear. The klaxon is sounding, and Drew makes a mistake on the vine to victory. I don't think he would have had enough time anyway. He would have had to absolutely soar up this vine, but he just rushed it and made a mistake. And Drew too slow on the rest of the stage, and he is out on the vine to victory. Our 3rd failure of that obstacle now, as we move on to number 12, making his 4th appearance, I believe. This is a Mary Halo Kid. Not to be confused with a Mary from the Roblox scene. He has been confused with that character a lot. This is a different Mary. He is making his 4th appearance. He debuted in, I believe, Tournament 3, and then competed in Tournaments 5, and then missed Tournament 4, if my memory serves right, competed in 5 and 6, and now is back for Tournament 8. A bit inconsistent with showing up for tournaments, but nonetheless, he hasn't done too bad, lining up for the curtain sliders. This is what he failed in his debut. Up, goes straight forward, and almost came up short there. Into the bounce boulder now. He has not seen this obstacle, I think. Actually, I think he's seen it, he just hasn't actually attempted it, I believe. Unless he was one of the people who failed it. Bit of lag. He's going slower than Drew, that's not good. Going into half of attack. Gonna take this on for his first time. Jumped a bit early there. And, he comes up short of the dismount! He had the rope, but just didn't get the dismount, and another tragic failure. And anyway, next up is, oh dear God. Next up is Johnny Hernando. No way associated with Johnny Hernando from the well-known Lego Sasuke. If you couldn't tell, it is very clearly spelled differently. My lord, why did I think this was a good idea? Anyway, Johnny Hernando, the one and only, now taking on, taking on the step slider of Ninjas of Halo 8. As you can tell how much respect he holds for this course. As he's mailing each and every step. Now shooting Booker Taco in the crowd, he'll be running in a second. And Taco shoots back, I don't think that's legal. I didn't even notice that in filming. But Johnny Hernando, the Lego Sasuke Grand Champion, I mean, they have no relation, sorry, is on to, okay, he's gonna take this line up again. Alright, he still is backing up. Let's see, 4th time's a charm, maybe? And Johnny is gonna do it into the curtain slider as he shoots, and Taco jumped into the water in celebration. Let's see, he's down to 50 seconds, already used up half his time for 2 obstacles. And now he's through the curtain slider. And dear lord, what is he even doing now? It looked like he was going to go back, and now he just shot the ball for the bounce boulder. What is he doing? Oh my god. Well, that was certainly an event. Anyway, moving on, we have another person whose name starts with J. It was not named Johnny, thank god. This is Joey Davis 808. Joey made his debut in Tournament 5. Yes, Tournament 5. Where he awarded number 1 in the run order. He failed the pole maze in that tournament, I believe. Let's see here. Now Joey is here for Ninjas of Halo 8. His best tournament came in the renewals, 6 and 7, failing the 5th obstacle both times, the broken pipes and half-up attack respectively. Anyway, now Joey Davis flying through these first 3 obstacles. My god. Into the bounce board, certainly taking this much quicker than Johnny Hernando. Has already 50 more seconds in him, so if that doesn't say something, I don't know what does. Into the half-up attack, he failed this in Tournament 7. And Joey Davis is gonna do it into the Great Wall. He's gonna, I thought he was gonna sprint of it for a second. That's not a recommended strategy. But Joey's up and in 1 into Vehicle Bouncer. He's never seen this obstacle. He wasn't enjoying it in practice, that's for sure, but he's lining it up, A bit of a short run up there, but he nails it. And Joey into the broken pipes. He failed this. He was the only one to fail this, in my memory, in Tournament 6. Joey moving through it nicely. He's got 30 seconds for the Vine to victory, but this thing's done some damage so far. So he's going to take it slow. That's fair. Let's see here, Joey. He's moving quickly. And Joey is through the Vine to victory, and Joey Davis, 808, is our first clear of the day. 4th time is the charm for Mr. Joey. Well done, Joey Davis, making his first clear on Ninjas of Halo. He's done very well in other courses, but he finally steps up for Ninjas of Halo and is moving on to stage 2. Beat the half-pipe attack, which took him out in Tournament 7, and then bested the broken pipes, which beat him in Tournament 6. And Joey Davis is our first clear of what is hopefully many more to come. Well done, Joey Davis. You are going to the second stage. Alright, next up is another man who has potential to clear, and what am I looking at? We have Joey, who just cleared, and Hunter, who will be running later, who is now on a 3-man head ride, and in the center is our next competitor, Booker Taco. Marking the halfway point as he gets a head ride from Hunter and Joey up to the start line. And oh wow, what was that? Melee. My god. Anyway, interestingly enough, Taco made his debut in the last tournament, his Halo jumping debut, mind you, and failed the final obstacle of Stage 1, the rolling rope. Taco has certainly improved since then. It's been a good 7 months since that tournament was filmed, so he certainly has had time to improve, and you can see it there. Look at this. He's flying through faster than Joey, I think. Look at this into the bounce boulder. He's never seen this obstacle. And there's Joey and Hunter in the background who were giving him support earlier. Taking a hot second to move the ball down the track, but he's got it. Into the half-pipe attack. He almost failed this last turn, almost coming out short of the dismount. Let's see, he's taking a second. And oh my god, he almost did it again. Dear lord. Really almost coming up short there, but he is into the Great Wall and is up in 1. He's got about 50 seconds here. He's got time. Going into Vehicle Bouncer. Taking it a bit slow, but he has the ability to. Gets a wild bounce there. But anyway, now he's lining it up. And Taco is through the Vehicle Bouncer into the broken pipes. Let's see, he beat this in Tournament 7 when it was Ninja Killer. Let's see, he's got about 20 seconds and he is through. He's on to the last obstacle. He failed the last obstacle last tournament. I know he does not want to do that again, but he comes up short! Another Vine to Victory failure! And this obstacle has been a menace! Look at this, Taco's second final obstacle fail just barely came up short. And Taco, that must be awful. Failing the final obstacle of Stage 1 so close for the second tournament in a row. Anyways, moving on, we have our first veteran of the tournament here. This is Flameosaurus. Flame made his debut in Tournament 5, failing the Jumping Spider. However, in Tournament 6, he had his breakout, making it all the way to Stage 3 alongside WeaponMatt and a Matt Champ in a renewal tournament. However, despite that, he did fairly well, making it to the Swap Planet Bridge. In the last one, he failed the half-pipe attack. Let's see here, moving through first few obstacles of Stage 1 here. He's into the bounce boulder. Nicely done. I'm gonna stand for it here, a bit out of control at the start. But he's moving nicely. And Flameosaurus is into, okay, I thought he was gonna fail that. This is what he failed in the last tournament, but he nailed it into the Great Wall. Did this fairly nicely in Tournament 6, and he does it again into the Vehicle Bouncer. He's never seen this obstacle. Let's see here, oh my god, what is this? How did he save that? Went completely inverted on the Vehicle Bouncer. And oh my god, what a smooth comeback there. Really made that look flawless, even though I'm sure it was not. Anyway, into the broken pipes. Oh my god, almost pulled a ROG there in Tournament 4, doing a 360, but Flame is into the vine to victory, and he could be our second clear if he doesn't make a mistake. He beat this in Tournament 6. And Flameosaurus is going to do it again, beating the Klaxon by a few milliseconds too. Flameosaurus with a second clear in Ninjas of Halo history, going 50 for 50. He beat the half-pipe attack, which took him out in the last tournament. Moving through that nicely. A overall very smooth run, and Flameosaurus, despite his very crazy vehicle bouncer and shenanigans, will be going to the second stage. Well done. And next up is a competitor that we have not seen in quite some time, known as the godfather of Halo jumping. This is Double Ump. Ump, joined by Swan and Joey, who's changed his armor since the whole 10 minutes of his intro. Ump made his debut in Tournament 2 and is now back. He last appeared in Tournament 5. He's made to Stage 3 before. Let's see how he can do now. It's been well over a year now since he's competed on Ninjas of Halo. He's moving to the step slider. Ump is also the co-host of Abs. So he's doing an interesting strategy on the propeller bar. Let's see here, he's gonna slide jump into the curtain slider. That's interesting. Hasn't seen a lot of these obstacles. He hasn't been on a Rising Era He hasn't been on the Rising Era of Ninjas of Halo, so this is certainly an event for him. And he's slowly moving the ball down the track. Now he goes into the half-pipe attack. Let's see what he can do here. And, oh no! He screws up the jump. Just overshot the rope. Well, he just didn't get a good jump, overshot it. And for the third time in his Halo jumping career on Ninjas of Halo, is out on just the first stage. Kind of a tragic failure there. Nonetheless, moving on, we have Alpha Puma, who is making his third appearance. However, despite that, Puma has been retired from a lot of courses lately, making his so-called retirement tour. And now he is, sadly, despite just making his third appearance on the course, retiring from here. He made his debut in Tournament 4 and also competed in Tournament 5. However, he hasn't done too well in the tournaments he's been in. So let's see if he can do well in his last hurrah of Ninjas of Halo and many other jumping courses at that matter. Puma. It said that he's only going to continue competing on Ninja Warrior of Halo, and at least until a Grand Champion comes around. But nonetheless, Puma into the propeller bar. He hasn't seen all of these obstacles since his rank. He has not competed on a Rising Era tournament yet. He's making quick work of it so far into the bounce boulder. Took a hot second here. He's got quite a crowd too. I think that's Flame, Joey, and perhaps either Ferret or Cyrus. I can't tell since he has pretty much the exact same armor. Because whoever that was just got launched in the background. But nonetheless, Puma into the half-pipe attack. Oh no! He also comes up short. Another person out on the half-pipe attack. What went wrong here? For a second I thought it was lag. But he goes out on the half-pipe attack. Just didn't get a jump. I think he jumped too late and that cost him. And Puma does not get a good last run. His Ninjas of Halo career ends on the half-pipe attack. Wow, moving on, we have another veteran of Ninjas of Halo. This is Daddy Cheese. I reluctantly called him the Master of Children last time, and sadly that kind of holds true. Nonetheless, Cheese made his debut in Tournament 3, didn't do well, but in Tournaments 4 and 5, he made his grand claim to fame, making it to Stage 3 of the floating boards, and almost came short there. But, however, in the last two tournaments, he hasn't done too well. Now hoping to get some revenge, going into the curtain slider. Jumping a bit early there, and Cheese comes up short! What just happened? Cheese, for the third tournament, this is Tournament 6 you're watching, failed the Dancing Stones, his first Stage 1 fail since Tournament 3, and then last tournament, overshot the pole maze, and now for Cheese's third tournament, is just made a mistake jumping too early on the curtain slider, and for the third tournament in a row, Cheese is out on Stage 1. That is awful. to see. Oh, wow. Another person another veteran going out early on this stage. Anyway, moving on, we have someone who has not been on Ninjas of Halo in a long time. This is the one and only Smokey Massacre, the host of Halo Ninja Warrior. He made his Ninjas of Halo debut in Tournament 2, I believe failing Jumping the Spider. And in Tournament 4, he also returned, failing what I want to say is the Vehicle Bouncer. Correct me if I'm wrong there, chat. Nonetheless, Smokey now back for his first time in well over a year. I believe that we're now nearing, 14 months since Smokey's competed, but it's good to see him back. Flying through the stage so far, he has not seen a lot of these obstacles, given it's been 5 tournaments since he's competed. But he's into the bounce boulder. Smokey making quick work of it, the host of the one and only Halo Ninja Warrior. Moving through the half-pipe attack, nicely done there. Great wall. He's gonna sprint up it. That's not recommended and comes up short. Gonna give it another go. And close there. Taking a few save jumps. But he's got it moving quickly here. Still about 50 seconds despite his great wall struggles. Now lining up the vehicle bounce. If my memory serves right, he failed this in Tournament 4. Gets a relatively decent bounce there. And Smokey is through the vehicle bouncer. Nicely done here into the broken pipes. He's never seen this obstacle. He's already done some damage this tournament, but Smokey, on his 3rd appearance, is through the broken pipes into the Vine to Victory. This has very obviously done us a lot of damage already. Let's see here, Smokey. He's got time, and Smokey, nice precision jumps in. Smokey is our 3rd clear of the day. Well done. The host of Halo Ninja Warrior is going to the 2nd stage for his first time in his Ninjas of Halo career. Well done, Smokey Massacre. Made quick work of all these obstacles he has not seen on Ninjas of Halo. A lot of these he has probably never seen on a Halo jumping course. Given a lot of these are concepts that haven't really been used, but nonetheless, Smokey doing very well, beating the obstacle that he failed in his last appearance, and Smokey is our 3rd clear of the day. Well done. Alright, next up we have another person who missed out at last tournament. However, it's certainly been much less than a year. This is Spenny37, otherwise known as Killer Demand. This is Chumpy spinning around him. He's making a 6th appearance. Killer first competed in Tournament 2, and then, however, while missing Tournament 7, he still has 6 appearances marked down on his Ninjas of Halo career, making it to Stage 3 at one point, I believe. I think he failed the body prop. I want to say that was in Tournament 5. Nonetheless, Killer Demand moving on through into the propeller bar. And in his last appearance, he failed a dangle drop. That is now gone. But he's flying through that first bit. Killer, not known to be the fastest jumper, but he is certainly a methodical one indeed. Moving through into the half attack, he's not seen this variation of it, but he flies through it, almost like the invisible wall that's supposed to block you from skipping part of the dismount platform. But struggling with a great wall here. Gonna give it a 2nd go, and Killer is gonna do it into the vehicle bouncer. He's been here for this one, and oh god, that was a wild bounce off the vehicle. But he regroups nicely. Backing up, and Spenny37, Killer Demand, is through the vehicle bouncer into the broken pipes. He beat this in Tournament 6. Let's see, and oh no! Killer Demand makes a mistake on the broken pipes, just did not get good precision, just went a bit off to the right, and it cost him his Killer Demand for the 2nd tournament in a row is out on Stage 1. That is sad to see. Nonetheless, moving on, we have another seasoned veteran, the first member of what I like to call the Fantastic Four, one of 4 people with perfect attendance on Ninjas of Halo. This is truly Cyrus. Cyrus is a veteran on Ninjas of Halo, being, as I said, one of 4 people with perfect attendance. There's MightyMax in the background too. Cyrus has made it to Stage 3 in the past, and has also cleared Stage 1 twice. in tournaments 4 and 5 respectively. However, in the last 2 tournaments he has struggled, failing broken pipes, and in tournament 6 I believe he failed the Vine to victory. That obstacle is back, so let's see if he can get some revenge on it. Moving quickly here. Anyway, Cyrus, oh my god, taking a save jump on the bounce boarder. That's not recommended. Sorry, need some water. My voice is a bit shot. Long day today. Anyway, into the bounce boulder, or through it actually, sorry. Into the half pipe attack, and he almost overshot the rope. Nice work. Into the great wall, he's gonna moonwalk it. And Cyrus has it into the vehicle bounce. We failed this in tournament 3. A bit of a wild bounce there. But Cyrus backing up. Might want to pick up the pace. He's down to 35 seconds. But Cyrus is the vehicle bouncer into the broken pipes. Failed this in the last tournament. Oh, save jump there. Save jump academy. Moving. And he's through into the Vine victory. Failed this in tournament 6. He's got time, but he may want to pick up the pace. Cyrus isn't known to be the fastest jumper, but he is climbing. And Tricky Cyrus is going to be a 4th clear of the tournament. Well done, Cyrus. A smooth run in his 3rd stage 1 clear out of his 8 appearances on Ninjas of Halo. A smooth run altogether, almost overshot the jump on the half-pipe attack. That would have been very sad to see. However, Cyrus bouncing back nicely after tournament 6 and 7 losses. And Tricky Cyrus beating the vehicle bouncer who failed in tournament 3. Tricky Cyrus is our 4th clear of the tournament. Well done. You are going to the 2nd stage. Next up, making his 3rd appearance on Ninjas of Halo is Swantron97. Swan made his debut in Tournament 6, getting all the way deep into Stage 2, being one of many victims of the chain seesaw. However, last tournament he went out shockingly early, being one of many to fail the broken pipes. Swan, the lone wolf himself, now back for his 3rd appearance on Ninjas of Halo. Let's see how he can do today. Swan, the host of 2 courses actually, co-hosts a jump with he co-hosts abs with and he owns his own course, Jump. Very long names, as you couldn't tell. It's not like they're all 3 and 4 letters respectively. But anyway, Swan into the bounce boulder. He failed the 4th obstacle last tournament, though now it is certainly a much easier 4th obstacle. Swan with the final stage prop in the background. He's through into the half-pipe attack. He watched his fellow comrade fail here, and he flies through it. Nicely done. Into the great wall. He sprints up, and that's an interesting technique, but he makes it work into vehicle bouncer. He has never seen this obstacle. Well, let's see what he can do with it. Getting a bit of a wild bounce, but he can regroup nicely here. A little bit of a short run up, and Swan comes up short! Swan failing the vehicle bouncer. Another stage 1 failure early into the stage. In the last tournament, you could see he failed the broken pipes, just the 4th obstacle. Got a bad jump, and now Swan, after a stage 1 clear in a renewal tournament, for the 2nd time in a row, Swan is out on stage 1. Just truly shows, despite what you may think, this is certainly a harder stage, as people are still truly struggling with it. Wow, another exit on stage 1 by a veteran. Anyways, next up, it is the one and only host of Ninja Warrior of Halo himself, with Strafe giving him a head ride. I don't know why he's here. He didn't even compete in this tournament. But nonetheless, this is Hunter Unit 751. Making his 7th appearance on Ninjas of Halo. Made his debut in Tournament 2, has not missed a tournament since. Hunter has had some struggles with the 2nd stage, a lot on this course. However, in the last tournament, he finally overcame that struggle and made it to stage 3 for his first time, getting all the way to the Globe Grasper of the 3rd stage. Now Hunter back on the course. Let's see how he can do today. Let's see. We will find out in the propeller bar. No problems there. I've seen a lot of these obstacles since a fair majority of them are returning from older tournaments. And he's certainly been there for that. Moving on through. And nicely done through the bounce boulder into the half of attack. This is semi-based off of his version of the half of attack, minus a head slide and some different setting changes. And he's through into the Great Wall. Also, I don't know why he's setting an layout, but he flies up the Great Wall. Look at that, into the vehicle bounce. We just watched Swanfield here. He does not want to join him, I'm sure. Getting a decent bounce there. Backing up a fair bit. Taking his time here. He's got some after flying up the Great Wall earlier. And Hunter has got it into the broken pipes. He beat this in the last 2 tournaments it was in. And Hunter taking a bit of a roundabout way, but Hunter is on to the Vine to victory. He's got time if he's thinking about clearing, which I'm sure he is. And a few save jumps may want to pick up the pace a tiny bit. Let's see here. Hunter, not known to be a very fast jumper as the klaxon sounds, but as long as he doesn't go at an awful pace, and look at this! He just skipped the last 2. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't even think of that. Hunter is going back to the 2nd stage for I think his 5th time on Ninjas of Halo. Well done, Hunter, as he scales down the tree to his inevitable doom. But anyway, Hunter doing very well on the stage, having no problems throughout. Doing very well, making it look easy as he flies through it. Beat obstacles that he's failed in past tournaments, and Hunter Unit 751 will be going back to the 2nd stage. Alright, next up, capping off our daytime runs for today, this is WeaponMatt. WeaponMatt made his debut in Tournament 5, however, failing just on the Circle Hammer of Stage 1. However, in Tournament 6 and 7, he really took his time to shine, getting 1st place in Tournament 6, making it all the way to the vertical limit. However, in Tournament 7, it'd be more of the same, failing the exact same jump of that same vertical limit in Tournament 7, despite it being nerfed. Now, WeaponMatt back for his 4th appearance, hoping to get to Stage 3 for his 3rd time. Let's see if he can do it. Quickly moving through into the curtain slider, he's going to go slow on it. Seeing a fair share of strategies, doing a 360 at the end, really trying to get those swag points. As he's into the bounce boulder now. And he's threw it nicely into the half puppet sack. The only obstacle that he's ever failed on Stage 1 is no longer here, thanks to renewal. So he's beaten pretty much all of these in the past. Got it into the vehicle bouncer. This is something that's new to him. Vehicle obstacles, he said, were not his main strength. And a little bit of a wild bounce there. WeaponMatt looking confident, got 45 seconds on the clock. And he has got it. Through the vehicle bouncer into the broken pipes. He beat this in the last 2 tournaments. Going slow here, he's got the time, and WeaponMatt is through into the Vine to victory. He's done some damage. Precision, given his last 2 failures, is certainly not his main strong suit. But WeaponMatt, okay, that was close, but WeaponMatt is through, and WeaponMatt is our 6th clear of the tournament. Well done, another clear to this stage with still 5 runs to go. Excellent work. Did a good job throughout the stage, no major mistakes. Aside from that close call there on the Vine to victory earlier, and WeaponMatt for his 3rd tournament in a row will be going back to Stage 2. Well done, WeaponMatt, as he will hopefully take a crack at potentially getting to Stage 3 for his 3rd time, and we'll see him on the 2nd stage. Before we move on, let's take a look at this tournament's Ninja Killer. And for this tournament so far, it's definitely been the Vine to victory, precision-based final obstacle, and it's certainly done some damage, especially to people who've been looking to get their first clear on the stage, but have just come just short. Honorable mention goes to the half puppet attack, also with 4 failures, but this is later in the stage, so we gave it here. Alright, 25 runs in, 5 more to go. We are 6 clears in for this tournament, close to a record potentially. And our first run is the first ever Sunset Phase Stage 1, and the first rising star is MightyMax 80. MightyMax, the second of 4 people who have perfect attendance, made it all the way to the final stage last tournament alongside Patrillo Fam4 coming out of seemingly nowhere. And got second place in that tournament, just came up short, was too slow on the final stage. However, aside from that tournament, he's been okay. He's gotten to stage 2 before. However, it was really just that main breakout. Let's see how he can do today. It's certainly tough to follow up a final stage appearance, but hopefully he can at least get back to stage 2 or maybe even 3. Interesting strategy there on the curtain slider, but he's moving on through. MightyMax, he has seen most of these obstacles, given that most of the older tournaments going into half of a tag. He's going to do a double jump strategy, and he makes it work. He's had struggles with this great wall in the past. He timed out because of it in Tournament 4. He actually has more timeouts than actually falling into the water, but he's moving at a good pace so far. Got about 50 seconds left going into the vehicle bouncer. And a little bit of a wild bounce, moved off to the side. Get the greatest line up there, but he is soaring through it. Got 35 seconds for the final 2 obstacles. He's moving quickly. That's something new for MightyMax. He should be able to follow it up here. Moving into the Vine of Victory, we were just talking about this. So here he's lining up. He's got loads of time, and MightyMax comes up short! What is this? Another competitor! We were just talking about this obstacle. What went wrong here? We just got a bad jump in MightyMax. For the first time since Tournament 6, is out on stage 1. Just a bad jump and MightyMax will not be going back to the final stage. That is shocking to see. Wow. One of the certainly most shocking failures in this tournament for sure. But anyways, moving on, we have the other person who made it to the final stage in the last tournament, and the other rising star of Ninjas of Halo. This is Patrillo Fam4. Patrillo, he actually has made it to stage 3 multiple times in this past. He made his first time on stage 3 was in tournament 5, where he got sadly screwed over by the cliffhanger. Now, if that had happened today, I probably would have given him a redo, but oh well. Sorry, Patrillo. Anyway, in the last turn, he truly broke out alongside MightyMax, making it all the way to the final stage and securing his first place finish. Being one of just 5 people to have that feat, as Patrillo's flying through the stage so far. Yeah, the music here is this is actually music selected by Hunter himself, so be sure to thank Hunter if you like the music. Nonetheless, Patrillo moving to the bounce where you can see the final stage in the background. You know he wants to get back there. Let's see, moving through the half-cut attack, and he's got it into the Great Wall. He does not want to do what MightyMax just did and go out on stage 1 after such a great run last tournament. 50 seconds here. He's also got loads of time. His timeout hasn't been too much of a concern. Oh, he's almost went 90 degrees on that vehicle bouncer. That's not recommended. As he lets his back wheels fall off the vehicle, or the ramp, I'm sorry, but he's got 30 seconds here for the final 2 obstacles as he moves through the broken pipes. And Patrillo is through. He's into the Vine to Victory. He's got time. He does not want to do a MightyMax. He gets the jump. He's got at least 3 more to go. He's moving, got 15 seconds on the clock. He's got time, and Patrillo is going back to the second stage as he takes a hot second there to melee the mine, but he has got it. And Patrillo Fam4 for his 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, for his 5th time in a row. Wow. And Patrillo is going back to the second stage. Well done, Patrillo. He's smooth run all throughout. It certainly had some pressure on him after watching MightyMax fail stage 1 there, but Patrillo avenges him nicely on the Vine to Victory, and Patrillo Fam4 is going back to the second stage again. Well done. Alright, we just have 3 runs left in the Tournament 8 of the Rising Era of Ninjas of Halo. This is DH2 Fireball, the first of our 3 All-Stars. Fireball is making his 7th appearance on Ninjas of Halo. Made to stage 3 times in a row, failing the hang climb all 3 times in different spots each time, failing in tournaments 2, 3, and 4 respectively. However, since then, he's been quite underwhelming, failing stage 1. However, in the last tournament, he got the revenge he was looking for, making it back to stage 3, failing the Swap Planet Bridge. Let's see here, Fireball flying through the first few obstacles of this stage. Performing a nice skip there. He's got 80 seconds going into the bounce boulder. And he is through it into the half pipe attack. Struggling with this for a little bit in practice, but he nails it, shooting the dismount platform too into the Great Wall. He's had problems with this in the past, but he's up it in one. Got 55 seconds for the vehicle bouncer. That must be the fastest we've ever seen anyone do that. And look at this, he's gonna full send it, my god. And then he gets an absolutely magical bounce too. Costs him a bit of time, but he flies through the vehicle bouncer, and he's got about 40 seconds for his last 2 obstacles, and if he keeps a good pace and doesn't make any mistakes, he should join our clears so far. Climbing up the Vine Victory. He does not want to be the 6th failure of this thing. Certainly done a ton of damage already. Fireball is climbing, and he's gonna use the top one shooting at it too, and Fireball is going to be our 8th clear of the tournament, and the clear record has been tied. Well done, DHG Fireball. Well, a very smooth run altogether as he shoots, as he teabags at the end of it, but nonetheless, Fireball doing very well. A overall smooth run. He tends to be more of a speed demon, but he did not have to be this time around. Certainly wasn't the front half, but Fireball, for the 5th time in his Halo jump in his Ninjas of Halo career, he'll be going back to the 2nd stage. Alright, next up is the Host of Spartansuke, and the second of our 3 All-Stars, RPG 445. Alright, well, I guess it's not going to let me give him an intro, but nonetheless, Rog, the Host of Spartansuke, one of what is widely regarded as the 3rd of one of the 3 major courses. He's been running for 19 tournaments now. As Rog is flying through here, I hope he's going to stop there. But as for Ninjas of Halo, he's done very well, only failing stage 1 once, being one of 4 competitors to be in every tournament so far with perfect attendance. As Rob doing very well here. He's been to stage 3 before. He got 1st place in the inaugural tournament and was the only person to make it to stage 3 as he's flying through the stage so far. Look at this, going straight into the vehicle bouncer. Bit of a crazy bounce. He had a nice 360 move on this in tournament 4, as he takes a nosedive there as the mongoose flies off. But he's got 40 seconds for the final few obstacles, and if he clears here, the clear record will be broken. He's moving. He's got time. Can do it. 30 seconds for the Vine to victory. If he clears here, the clear record is broken. He's moving on through. He's taking save jumps on each of these. He does not want to pull a MightyMax or be like one of the many others who's failed. And with 15 seconds on the clock, the clear record for stage 1 has been broken. Well done, Rog. A very smooth stage 1 altogether, only making very few mistakes. And Rog, with that, we have 9 clears on stage 1 in the first 30 competitor tournament, breaking the clear record with still another run to go, and we could see 10 clears on this stage. As Rog getting a 7th clear on Ninjas of Halo. Well done. He's going to stage 2 for the 7th time. Alright, it has been a wild day so far here at Ninjas of Halo. No, not even an hour in. We have a long day ahead of us, but nonetheless, next up is the final runner and the grand champion himself. This is Atlantic Champ, otherwise known as Chumpy now. I didn't bother to change his name because Atlantic Champ is just cooler. Like, Atlantic is one of the 4 people. who have perfect attendance, and as mentioned before, he is the one and only, the one out of over 150, now it's 175, to make it, to get all the way to the very end and being the first to ever achieve Kanzen Seha Atlantic. Is certainly one of the most historic competitors on Ninjas of Halo. He's been to stage 3 7 times. That is amazing. He's only failed stage 1 once in the inaugural tournament. Made a dumb mistake on a platform and overshot a dismount. But nonetheless, Atlantic flying through the stage so far. If you're expecting anyone to clear, it is this guy. He currently has the longest streak, one that probably will not be beaten for a very long time. As Atlantic's moving through the stage, he's hoping to make it 7. He's hoping to make it 7 clears. Sorry, he has 6 clears in a row at the moment. And Atlantic flies up the Great Wall. He's got 55 seconds for the last few obstacles. Looking at the vehicle bouncer here, and a bit of a wild bounce, but he recovers nicely. And he is up and he is through into the broken pipes. Atlantic's a very fast jumper. He got the stage 2 speed record in Smokey's course just last tournament. And he's got 30 seconds. You can tell he's fast. He's flying up this vine to victory so far. Look at this. Is he gonna try and do 100 earlier? He is not, but it does not matter. He uses the top one too, but Atlantic Champ! Oh, missed the landmine. Atlantic Champ! We have hit 10 clears this tournament. Well done. Going to the second stage. A very successful tournament, capping off stage 1 at a high note. As Atlantic Champ will be going to the second stage for his 7th time in a row. A very crazy number to hear. Atlantic doing very well on this course. And you can tell as as our competitors just decimated the stage 1 clear record, and he is going to stage 2. Alright, and with that ends stage 1 of Ninjas of Halo. Our 10 clears for this tournament. A clear record is Joey Davis, Flameosaurus, Smokey Massacre, Tricky Cyrus, Hunting Unit 751, WeaponMatt, Patrillo, Fireball, Rog, and Atlantic Champ. And our 10 competitors now face a completely revamped stage 2. Many new obstacles and some returning alike. Let's see what the stage 2 has to offer. Starting off with a new obstacle, we have the Rolling Jungle. You must roll a ball down a very slanted track and then go into a set of ropes. Careful, otherwise the ball can knock you out of control if you're not careful. Then there's the other new obstacle, the Panic Glider, it's Salmon Ladder style. However, these pipes get thinner and thinner as you go up, so you have to be careful not to make any mistakes, or you could be falling to your doom. Very tough obstacle indeed. Then after that, the Bouncing Spider. If the camera wants to move up, it's the Bouncing Spider returning from tournament 6 and 7. No changes to this one, simply move across and through. Then it's the Bridge Jump, which has not been seen since Tournament 5. The classic obstacle. You must bring the mongoose down a track and then dismount early. It has been modified since Tournament 5. You have to get out of the mongoose before it hits the wall and falls down. And then dismount. Then it's the Rock Wall, which has been buffed since last tournament. Simple time waster obstacle. Gotta move up the rocks within the time. Then it is the Chain Seesaw, which has been buffed as well since the last tournament. It is simply made more consistent with the pipes must move down 3 sets of metal spin style tracks and then dismount. Then as a final obstacle, the Psycho Track, which has not been changed. Move the mongoose along a very wild track and then get off as fast as you can. Our competitors will have 80 seconds for this. For our record-breaking set of competitors will have 80 seconds for this stage. Kicking off a very historic group of competitors, this is Joey Davis 808. Joey making his 4th appearance and his first time on the second stage. Let's see what Joey can bring to the table. He's gotten to the 3rd stage in other courses before. Let's see if he can bring some similar pizzazz to Ninjas of Halo. Through the rolling jungle, gonna be the first to take on the new panic ladder. Moving up and on through. And he's got it. Flew through that into the bouncing spider. He's not going to take a save jump, and he's threw it into the bridge jump. Going to take this on for his first time. He's flying through the stage so far, got 50 seconds. And he's got it. Gets the mongoose to stick to. That's not easy at all. And look at this. He's moving up the rock wall. Got 40 seconds for the final 2 obstacles, and he's going to slow down at the chain seesaw. That's very fair to do. Look at this, Joey Davis making this stage look like a cakewalk. And he's on the Psycho track, got more than enough time. He can very easily clear here. Let's see here. And he's got the jump now, just has to get off the Psycho track. And Joey Davis, 808, as long as if he finally gets out of the mongoose, and he does. Joey Davis is going to stage 3 on his first time trying the second stage. Well done, Joey. You can tell how much he's improved since the events of Tournament 7. Flying through the stage, making it look easy. Beat the chain seesaw, which is known to do so much damage in the past. And Joey Davis will be going to stage 3 on just his 4th appearance and his first time on stage 2. Well done, Joey Davis. We will see him on the 3rd stage. And next up, well, this looks interesting. Okay, there is now an all-out warfare breaking out as Patrillo decides to send me into the water, and Patrillo falls in as well. That was an interesting event. But anyway, our next competitor is Flameosaurus. Flameosaurus is 4th appearance, the 2nd time on this stage 2. The last time he was here, he cleared the stage on his way to making it to the Swap Planet Bridge of stage 3. That was in the Tournament 6. Stage is much different now. As he kicks off stage 2, for him at least. Nonetheless, into the rolling jungle, and he's threw it into the panic ladder. Just having some struggles with this in practice. Let's see here, he's gonna perfect crouch up, and he skips the final rung. That's interesting. I've never seen anyone do that, but he's going to get a save jump here on the bouncing spider. We'll have to look back at that in a second. This flame going... Almost looked like he was going to go straight for the bridge jump right there, but he doesn't. He's actually reasonable as he goes for the rock wall. Took a hot second to get on the thing, but he's got 30 seconds for the final 2 obstacles. May want to pick up the pace just a tiny bit. Still moving kind of slow. That's gonna cost him in a second. He'll have to move relatively quickly here on the Psycho track if he wants to clear. And he's down to 10 seconds. He's got to get moving here. He still has half an obstacle left to do, and he's down to 5 seconds. Let's see, can he do it down to 2 seconds? And Flameosaurus is our 2nd clear out of 2. Last turn we had a perfect stage 2. We're on track for another one. This flame got a nice skip there on the panic ladder. I didn't even know you could do that without a spring jump. But Flameosaurus made the stage look easy, and for a 2nd time on the second stage, he will be beating the 2nd stage. That was a lot of seconds. But Flameosaurus is going to stage 3. Well done, Flame, with 2 seconds on the clock. Well, a good start to the stage so far. Moving on is the other person who's here for their first time on the 2nd stage, the host of Halo Ninja Warrior, Smokey Massacre. Smokey, this is his first time getting this far on Ninjas of Halo. He certainly should have some fairly decent expectations for himself, but given all these obstacles are something he has never seen before, we'll have to see. Moving through the rolling jungle does a cowboy wrangler technique there, but it works. Going into the panic ladder, he was struggling this a bit in practice. And he catches himself with a spring jump. Interesting strategy. Let's see if he can regroup. This time limit is relatively strict, so he needs to get moving if he wants to clear. He falls down again. Can he save it? Yes, he can, but he really has to move if he wants to clear down to just 45 seconds. And he's not even halfway through the stage, going into the bridge jump, and he's gonna fly for it. Look at this, going straight for it, and he's got it going into the rock wall. He's got about 30 seconds. He's made up a fair bit of time, but he still needs to keep at it. Into the chain seesaw. He's going straight for it. Look at this. Smokey Massacre goes straight for it, and he's into the Psycho Track. 20 seconds, loads of time now. And he is moving and gets a clean jump on the Psycho Track, and Smokey will be moving on. And what just happened? Smokey just fell on the Psycho Track. What just went wrong here? He was looking so good, he just went off to the side of just dismounted the Psycho Track. And for the first time since Tournament 6, someone actually fails the second stage at the most tragic way. That is awful. Moving on, we have Tricky Cyrus. Hopefully does not repeat what just happened there. Cyrus, this is his third time on the second stage. He's cleared it once. Let's see if he can tip the scales. He's also going to do what Smokey did way earlier, but he makes that work fairly nicely. Moving through. He's into the panic ladder. Cyrus hasn't seen this obstacle, of course. He's failed the salmon ladder before, the swap salmon variant, but he's through into the bouncing spider. And, takes 2 save jumps there, but he has 50 seconds going into the bridge jump. Cyrus does not want to do what Smokey just did. That'd be very unfortunate. Got about 40 seconds, moving into the rock wall. Taking it slow. May want to pick up the pace a tiny bit since the chain seesaw is nothing to scoff at. He's going to go for the high route. Taking quite a few save jumps, down to 20 seconds here. I'd pick up the pace if I were him. Down to 15 seconds for the Psycho Track, and Cyrus should have enough time to clear if he gets moving. As the klaxon begins to sound, and he's got about 5 seconds. Cyrus has to pick up the pace, and he's stuck on the wrong side, but Cyrus is moving on to stage 2, and we are 3 for 4. A bit slow on the stage, but Cyrus manages to pull it off. Took quite a few save jumps on the bouncing spider. He certainly didn't help to his time troubles. And I don't think, and that continues Cyrus's struggle to clear without a klaxon sounding. But nonetheless, Cyrus is going to stage 3 for his second time in his Ninjas of Halo career. Well done, Tricky Cyrus. Alright, next up we have someone who knows all about failing the second stage. This is Hunter751 getting a stare down from Joey Davis in the background. Hunter has been on this stage now 5 times, and out of the 4 attempts in the past that he's had on this stage, he has failed at 3 of those times. Failing the metal spin twice, and then the chain seesaw in Tournament 6. Let's see. However, last tournament it was his breakthrough, finally making it to the 3rd stage. Let's see if he can repeat that this tournament. So he takes it a bit slow on Rolling Jungle. He's got it. Joey Davis watching in the background. We'll see him on stage 3 later. But meanwhile, Hunter needs to focus on the jumping spider. Only gonna take 1 stage jump. Looked like he was gonna come up short there, but he has it into the bridge jump. About 45 seconds on the clock, gonna let the back wheels fall off. But he makes it easily. Takes a interesting jump there as he moves into the rock when he falls off. He's gotta get moving now. This rock wall is a silent killer in disguise. It can certainly trip you up if you lose your momentum. He's down to 25 seconds. Needs to move on the chain seesaw. He's failed this in the past. He's still moving slow. He's got even less time than Cyrus does, and he has to pick it up. Going into the Psycho Track as the klaxon goes off. Hunter has to move if he wants to clear. Down to 5 seconds. He gets off. He does not fail the jump and misses the melee, but Hunter Unit 751, just a bit over 2 seconds on the clock, is going to the 2nd stage, and another clear and a very successful stage 2 this tournament. As the record-breaking group continues to potentially break more records, as now the stage 2 clear record is certainly within reach. with many runs left to go. Hunter does a very nice job moving throughout the stage, and Hunter Unit 751 will be moving on to stage 3. Alright, next up is someone who has never failed stage 2 on Ninjas of Halo. This is WeaponMatt. Been here twice before, and he has never failed it. Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row. WeaponMatt. Gosh, I completely blanked on what I was going to say, but nonetheless, WeaponMatt into the rolling jungle. He has seen pretty much all of these obstacles, given he made it to stage 2 in the renewal tournament. As he's springing up the ladder, look at this! An interesting technique, also skipping the final bar, doing what Flame did. Look at this, he is doing very nicely. I did not expect him to spring up the ladder. Got 50 seconds for the bridge jump. He's lining it up. Goes straight for it, and the mongoose flies out of control after he gets out of it. As he's moving up the rock wall, got loads of time for the chain seesaw, unlike the last two competitors. WeaponMatt is moving. He's got the time getting these nice short hops. An interesting technique, and look at that consistency. That just shows what WeaponMatt is such a good jumper as he's into the Psycho track. 20 seconds on the clock, and oh my god, what was that send? He went way up to the top, and how is he still alive? Oh my god! I thought he was about to go out there, but he needs to reposition as he's running low on time. But he manages to save it. Amazing work by WeaponMatt. My god. Just 4 seconds on the clock. WeaponMatt is also going to stage 3. What a wild run, springing up the panic ladder and then having an absolute chaos event on the Psycho track, managing to save it. That is true amazingness right there from a jumper. A clean save on the Psycho track, and with that save, WeaponMatt will be going to stage 3. Alright, just 4 runs to go, and moving up to the start of stage 2 is one of the 2 rising stars that made it on through, Patrillo Fam4. In Tournament 6, he failed the Bouncing Spider, however, of course, last tournament, beat this stage on his way to going to the final, so let's see here. He is currently 50-50 on stage 2. Let's see if he can tip the scales. Patrillo flying up the panic ladder. Look at that. That is probably the cleanest panic ladder we've seen so far. Doesn't get a save jump on the Bouncing Spider. Flying through that as well. Revenge achieved twice now, as he slowly works up the bravery to attempt the bridge jump. He failed this in Tournament 4, but he has it into the rock wall. And oh, he slips off the rock wall. And he slips off it again. He has to pick it up now. Third time better be the charm here, and it is, but he has to move on the chain seesaw. And move he will. Look at this. He's going full send on it, getting a save on the last one. And he's got 20 seconds for the Psycho track. He's probably going to take it a bit slower after watching WeaponMatt's close call. And that he definitely will. And Patrillo smoothly through stage 2. And Patrillo Fam4 will be moving on to the 3rd stage for his 3rd time in 6 appearances. Amazing work from Patrillo. Had a bit of struggles on the rock wall, but nonetheless, they managed to make it up. And Patrillo Fam4 for his 3rd time in 6 tournaments. Relatively clean scale there, is moving on to stage 3. We will see what that heavily changed stage 3 will have to offer for him. Well done. Alright, kicking off our 3 All-Stars here on stage 2, we have DHG Fireball. Fireball has been here many times. He has never failed this stage like many others. Let's see, how will he handle it? Moving on through. Gonna take it slow in the rolling jungle. Fireball holds the speed record on stage 2, but I don't think he's thinking about breaking it this tournament. That's for sure. As he goes into the panic ladder. I think he got a spring there, nice as well. Nicely done. So he's into the bouncing spider. Let's see, will he get a safe jump? No, he won't, but he just barely makes the jump into the bridge jump. That's a lot of jumps. Oh, I thought he was gonna let the back wheels fall off, but he doesn't, and the mongoose spiraling out of control there after he got off of it, thank goodness. And the rock wall, nicely done. Going for the chain seesaw now. He's had his struggles with his obstacle in practice. Taking some safe jumps here, doesn't want to be just a second to fail this stage, and he's through into the psycho track. He could tie the stage 2 clear record here with this run, and he is through the hard jump. And DHG Fireball, the stage 2 clear record has been tied. Well done, Fireball. A smooth run all throughout. Took it relatively slowly, but no major mistakes. And that is how you beat a second stage. Just stay consistent, stay methodical, and stay quick. And DHG Fireball, for his 5th time, is going to the 3rd stage. A very clean run throughout. We will see him on stage 3. Alright, next up we have the one and only Rog RPG445. His track record on stage 2 isn't the greatest. He's failed this stage many times, I believe 3 to be exact. Almost dying up with Hunter there. In stage 2 fails, that is. Let's see, can he up his clears to 3? That would make it 50-50 for him. And oh, he's out of control here on the rolling jungle. What a save. Look at that. That was amazing. I was talking about his past ones, but he just had an amazing save on the rolling jungle. Was wildly out of control, and the ball jumped on it. I think he jumped too far back on it and just managed to pick it up nicely after that. But nonetheless, Rog on the bouncing spider. Got some time into the bridge jump. He is zooming through this stage. Let's see here. He's slowing it down a bit and going for the bridge, and he has it into the rock wall. Oh, he slips off there. And then he falls again. People are struggling with this rock wall today. He really has to get moving with what happened on the rolling jungle. And here, down to just 30 seconds, he has to pick it up for the chain seesaw, and he falls off the front. Rog, a good run, but it all followed apart on stage 2. Just not a very clean run overall. And Rog overshot the mount for the chain seesaw, and Rog's tournament is over on stage 2. Alright, well, we still have a chance to break the stage 2 clear record, as we have one more person, and if anyone's going to clear stage 2, it is this guy. So far, if he were to clear this tournament, he would, oh, he shoots the ball. Look at this. Oh my god. He shot the ball on the rolling jungle. I was going to say, if he does clear stage 2 this tournament, it will be 7 stage 2 clears in a row. So let's see here. Certainly had some bold strategies here, flying through that rolling jungle, shooting the ball. But nonetheless, into the bouncing spider, a little bit of a slow save jump, but he has it. First jump, he's seen this obstacle in the past. Going for a short run up there. It almost came up short. That would not have been good. But he gets it, and into the rock wall. He has 40 seconds for these final 2 obstacles. He is certainly in the clear on timeline, but he goes straight for the chain seesaw anyway. Look at this. He has 30 seconds for the psycho track. Oh my lord. Oh my god, what was that? He almost fell off the psycho track with all that time to spare. He was definitely going for the fastest time of the night. May not get it, but nonetheless, it does not matter, as Atlantic Champ is going to stage 3 for his 7th time in a row. Amazing run, and the stage 2 clear record by just 1 run has been broken. Amazing work from Atlantic Champ and all the other contestants on this stage, making this heavily changed stage 2 look like a walk in the park, with 8 out of 10 competitors moving through, as Atlantic Champ for the 7th tournament in a row is going to stage 3. Alright, as stage 2 comes to a close, we have another record-breaking group of competitors. The 8 that move on to stage 2 are Joey Davis, Flameosaurus, Tricky Cyrus, Hunter Unit 751, WeaponMatt, Patrillo, Fireball, and Atlantic Champ. And now they take on a completely remastered stage 3 with 4 new obstacles. Let's see what this heavily redesigned stage 3 after Patrillo MightyMax's final stage has to offer. Kicking off with one of very few things that have remained unchanged, the curved body prop from last tournament. Moving through 4 angled body prop style windows. Then it is now the second obstacle, double steps. This was the 5th obstacle in tournament 6 through 7. However, now it is the second obstacle. You must move up the angled steps and then descend, and then make a very risky dismount there. Afterwards, it is the swap planet bridge, which has been slightly nerfed. Moved the planets out 1/4 of a foot to be a bit more consistent. However, this obstacle is still very difficult. Move along the halfway emerged balls. And then it's another new obstacle. This is a nightmare here. The Mad Cliffhanger. 8 ledges of absolute terror. You must move up the ultimate cliffhanger side, and then you transfer a very large leap over here. Make your way up to a very thin ledge, and then a corner jump, which is not too common on cliffhangers. And then afterwards, you must make a large leap to a very thin cliffhanger ledge, and then another 180 transfer to a dismount. One of the hardest cliffhangers that this course has seen. Then it's another new obstacle, the pipe dream. Move along 2 very thin blocks on cables. Some go up and some go down. A very tough obstacle. Then it's a small break, the pegboard. Some precision right here for you. Let's move along all these small cables. It's certainly a tough one. Then it's the vertical limit from last turn. Now the 7th obstacle, but no major changes. Then afterwards, it is the final obstacle, a absolute menace, the pipe drop. You must lock yourself into a pipe, lock yourself into a head slide which is carrying 2 pipes, and then you must make an 8-foot drop into another head slide with 2 pipes. Then you drop onto the bar of glory and make a leap of faith to the final platform. And if any of our competitors can do that in as much time as they could ever need, they will be going to the final stage, and they will be just the 4th person, respectively, to ever attempt it.
I like the stage 3. I definitely think I can get far. My goal is to beat that cliffhanger. I do have a crazy technique for that, so if I do get there, you're gonna see something cool. But I'm just glad to get here. Beat stage 2 first time attempting it, that's always nice. But that devil steps over here, going down on them, kind of difficult. And the planet bridge is always going to be difficult for me because I suck at precision. And I think I can get to the 5th obstacle at least, and hopefully put on a good first run for stage 3.
As we kick off stage 3 with the one and only Joey Davis, his first time on the stage, the only person here for their first time, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, it shouldn't be, but nonetheless, just kicking off with the curved body prop. All these obstacles are completely brand new to him. Let's see how he can handle it. As he goes on through, he's through the curved body prop, going to be the first to take on the double steps. This is not, he's shaking his head out. He knows that this is a tough obstacle. He was talking in his interview about how he disliked it, but can he make it through? He begins the ascent. This is not an easy obstacle by any means. You have to be very precise, and then you have to make your way down. There's Joey lining these up very carefully. And he's got the transfer. Now he has to move down. He's lining these up very carefully. Walking on down. Joey does not want to go out this early on stage 3. And he's got to the final one. Now he has to make a tricky descent, and he has it into the swap planet bridge. He was also talking about this obstacle. It has been nerfed, but that doesn't mean it's easy. It's still a very tough obstacle, and he goes full send technique. Look at this, Joey Davis. Into the swap planet through the second set, and he is done into the mad cliffhanger. Gonna be the first to take this on. How will he handle it? Going straight for it. moves on up. Now he has to make the giant descent. He said he had a technique for this. Let's see what he will do. He's shooting at that that ledge. What's he gonna do here? He's jumping. What is this? And he makes the jump! Wow! What an interesting technique. I think the camera had a bit of lag there, but that is something. I think he said he stole that from either or Siren. I don't remember, but now he's moving on through, and he falls off the corner jump! Joey was looking good, but just made a mistake, had a crazy technique there, but he took some safe jumps on that thin ledge. That's not recommended, and it cost him dearly as our first run of Stage 3 is eliminated on the mad cliffhanger. Alright, next up, the second time on the third stage, this is Flameosaurus. Flame, the last time he was here was in the renewal tournament, making it to the Swap Planet Bridge. However, he didn't sound too confident before this run, so let's see if he can get that far. Flame, he's done well on other courses. He's certainly done well here in the past, but let's see if he can... I mean, not to say that this isn't a good tournament for him. Third stage is always good. Let's see how far he can bring it now. Taking on the curved body prop. He has not seen this before. In Tournament 6, it was just the normal body prop, but he makes quick work of it, going into the double steps. Let's see, what will his technique be here? Flame lining up this jump. Double steps are not an easy obstacle. Lines up the ascent. Going for the first one. Again, his head and Flame is out on the devil steps. An early exit for Flameosaurus. Just got a bad jump, hit his head on the third peg above him, and Flame falling to his inevitable doom as he is out on the devil steps. An early exit for Flameosaurus. Nonetheless, we move on to our third of 8 competitors here on Stage 3. And his second time here, this is Tricky Cyrus. The last time he was here was in Tournament 5, where that was also a record-breaking group of competitors, I believe. At the time, at least. And now, in that tournament, he failed the body prop. This is a harder version of the body prop, but he does it easily. Cyrus, you can tell how much he's improved since Tournament 5. The last time he was here running directly for the double steps. He is not wasting any time here. Cyrus has a different technique than the other two, taking crouch jumps and then standing to let the pole catch him. He's got it moving for the transfer. You don't have to use that top peg there, unless you're less comfortable with the transfer there. Cyrus moving through. And Cyrus is gonna do it into the Swap Planet Bridge. This is not an easy obstacle. He expressed concern for it. He's also going to go full send by the looks of it. Oh, that was a risky save jump there. He almost came up short. Almost jumped too early for it, but now he's in a dangerous spot on the Swap Planet Bridge, but he recovers nicely, and this is a personal best for Cyrus. He's going to take on the cliffhanger for his first time. That's official. Every member of Perfect Attendance has at least attempted a cliffhanger now. He's gonna do the double jump technique for the transfer and doesn't even need a save jump. Gets it anyway. But Cyrus, he has it into the back half of this cliffhanger. And you could tell from what just happened with Joey, it is not any easier. He sticks the top ledge. That's what you're recommended to do. Going for the corner jump that Joey just failed, and he has it. He's gonna be the first to take on this very large jump and transfer. Let's see here, he's gonna full send it for the transfer, and he has it! A very clean jump there, look at that! And Cyrus is through into Pipe Dream, gonna be the first to take on this new, very difficult obstacle. A long set of pipes. This is certainly much tougher than it looks. You have such little breathing room for these jumps. Cyrus making them look easy here, but this is the main star. This shows the ascent jump, and he has it. That's a perfect crouch right there, making it look very simple. But now goes into the descent, and he has that as well. Just one more pipe to go. Let's see, can he get it? Yes, he can. He's about to have to transfer onto pegboard directly into it, mind you. And he's got it. Gonna be the first to take on Pegboard. Let's see how will he handle this. Oh, he comes up short! Cyrus is out on Pegboard! It's designed to be an easier obstacle on this stage, just undershot the precision, just overthought the jump, and Cyrus, a good run, but is out on Pegboard. Let's hear from him after that.
I'm kind of disappointed that I failed, but I tried my best, and I'm just really happy to be back on stage 3. I tried my best, and surprisingly I got all the way to the pegboard, which is, I thought I was going to fail the cliffhanger, but I'm happy overall, and I'm going to come back next tournament, and I'm going to try and beat that thing, so I hope next tournament will be my tournament that I get total victory.
Alright, just a few survivors remain as Joey attempts to go through the launch. Don't know why, it's not his turn to run. Next up is Hunter Unit 751, making his second appearance on the stage. Let's see what the course has to offer for him. Last time he failed the Globe Grasper. Let's see how he can do today. Now the Globe Grasper has been replaced by the Devil Steps, which is, in my opinion, a harder obstacle, but let's see if he can make it on through. More importantly, has to get through this first obstacle if he even wants to get back to the second obstacle of the third stage. And he moves the curved body prop swiftly into the Devil Steps. This obstacle took out Flame just a few minutes ago. Let's see if he can master the art of the stepping devils. He's sizing up here. Oh my god, what a save jump from Hunter. That was close. Almost overshot the ball. Almost overshot the step. Now playing it much safer, taking these as frog jumps now. Let's see here. He is done with the ascent. Now has to cross over and get down. This is the part he was worried about. Trying to successfully get down. Moving through, and he drops off the outside. Very smart play from Hunter there. That's actually something I didn't think of. That certainly makes it easier just to drop off from the outside. As he now goes for the swap planet bridge, gonna go straight for it. Almost overshoots a third one, but he comes up short of the fourth. And Hunter is out on the swap planet bridge. He just overshot the third one, and I think he overcorrected, tried to go slower, but just went too slow, and Hunter, and one obstacle improvement from his personal best, is out on the swap planet bridge. Wow, another shocking failure, but next up, the first place finisher from Tournament 6, and the third place of Tournament 7, this is WeaponMatt. Matt has done very well in the last 2 tournaments, is easily in the running to make it all the way. Let's see here. Certainly one of the certainly one of the more younger competitors in terms of experience. Let's see here. He's moving through the curved body prop. Does a 360 at the end. He's done a few of those this stage. Or on this tournament, sorry. Across all 3 stages, but he goes into the Devil Steps. He's moving quickly. He's beaten this obstacle twice before. I'm sure he'd love to make it 3 in a row. He'd be the first to do that, I believe, if he were. It'd be a very strange thing to have under your belt, but hey, it is what it is, so you know. As he begins the descent. Got one more left to go. And he's got it, beaten the Devil Steps 3 times in a row now. As he celebrates it. Going into the swap planet bridge, we just watched Hunter fail here. This obstacle has done damage in every tournament it's been in. And for good reason, too. He's going to take them one at a time. That's a fair strategy. But it requires some very tricky save jumps in some spots that are not too comfortable. Let's see here. Just moving on through. And he's got it. WeaponMatt through the swap planet bridge. Gonna be the third, I believe. No, not the... Yeah, the third, I think. To take on the Mad Cliffhanger. Let's see here. He was struggling with this in practice. This is not an easy cliffhanger by any means. Only Cyrus has beaten it so far, and getting some save jumps on the third. That was close. Only Cyrus has been able to get past this cliffhanger. And he goes for the transfer, and he's got it into the back half of this cliffy. As he goes for the corner jump. And he's got it. Now for the large jump. Let's see here. He's actually going to stick it, unlike Cyrus. Doesn't full send it. And he's got this. You cannot stick this transfer, so it's all about getting save jumps. And he's through. He's on to Pipe Dream. This WeaponMatt, for the third straight time, beats the cliffhanger and is halfway through the third stage. He is certainly a contender to go all the way in the future, but right now he needs to be worried about Pipe Dream. This is not an easy obstacle. Cyrus managed to beat it, but let's see, WeaponMatt not looking too comfortable here. He's slowly moving around. Alright, and he's got it. Now for this large ascent. This is a perfect crouch. Let's see how he can handle it. You have to cut your sprint at a weird time, and WeaponMatt comes up short! Aw, just got a bad jump. I don't think he got a sprint. And WeaponMatt's tournament, his worst performance actually, since his stage 1 fail in tournament 5, his tournament is over just on Pipe Dream. A good run, but it is over on the 5th obstacle of stage 3. And now it is the man who beat stage 3 in the last tournament, Patrillo Fam4, making it to stage 3 for his 2nd straight time and his 3rd time in the last 4 tournaments. Patrillo, this is certainly not the stage 3 that he beat last tournament. Let's see how he can handle it. If he even can. As he moves into the curved body prop. Patrillo, certainly a contender to go all the way, just 4 jumps away, 4 jumps from total victory. From being just the 2nd to ever achieve Kanzen Seha in the last tournament. Just came so close, but couldn't finish the job. As he crouch walks over to the devil steps, a very long walk actually, and that probably needs to be fixed next tournament. But nonetheless, Patrillo Fam4 moving up the devil steps. This obstacle certainly isn't new to Patrillo. As you can tell, he's moving up it very smoothly. Using the top one. Interesting, you don't have to use that, but he's gonna choose to anyway. Either that's just a flex or because it's more comfortable. You can decide for yourself. And Patrillo through the devil steps into the swap planet bridge. Just took out Hunter. Let's see. Oh, we almost overshot the mount. That would not have been good. But he's gonna go full send here. Not gonna go straight for the transfer. But that's just fine. And he is moving in. He is through the swap planet bridge. Gonna be the 3rd to take on the mad cliffhanger. Or I'm sorry, the 4th actually. Hoping to be the 3rd to beat it. As Patrillo moves on through. Getting save jumps on his 3rd one, that's risky. But now he gets to go for the transfer. That's Cyrus above him. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he's here. Currently in 1st place, Cyrus. But he still has to, if he wants to maintain that, he has to withstand Patrillo, Fireball, and Atlantic Champ, who are all running ahead. As now Patrillo, about to attempt this large mighty leap. He's also going to go straight for it like Cyrus. And Patrillo is the 3rd to beat the mad cliffhanger. Just about to take on Pipe Dream. This just took out WeaponMatt. Patrillo taking his time here. The time limit is unlimited for a reason. Moving on through it. You just watched WeaponMatt fail here. He would not want to go out on just the 5th obstacle after being just so close to achieving total victory. He's lining up for the jump. WeaponMatt failed. He gets a sprint and he's got it. Not WeaponMatt, this is Patrillo. I'm dumb. As he goes for the descent, and he has it. And he's gone, and he's through Pipe Dream. Just has to transfer onto Pegboard. Which he does. If he can just make 1 jump on this, he'll be in 1st place. And will actually be the 1st to legitimately attempt the pegboard. See here, he gets a jump. These precision jumps are much harder than they look. so careful. You don't want to overestimate or underestimate your jumps, as you will be plummeting to your doom if you do. Now you have to transfer. The red bars are the ones that you have to touch. This Patrillo moving to the back half of pegboard. Oh, he overshot the jump he wanted, but there is luckily one right by it. Otherwise, he would have been gone as he moves through pegboard. This is a very sketchy obstacle, and he's about to take on vertical limit, just has to transfer. This is not an easy transfer, and he's made it. Patrillo about to take on vertical limit. He beat this in the last tournament. How is he looking here? He's about to go for the transfer. This is not an easy transfer. He goes for it. He doesn't get a sprint, and Patrillo comes up short. He didn't get a sprint on the vertical limit, and Patrillo Fam4 currently in first place, but I'm sure he wanted to get farther out on the vertical limit. We have to hear from Patrillo after that.
I mean, I'm upset a little bit that I didn't get back-to-back finals, but you can't be upset with failing the second to last obstacle of the third stage. At least now, I think. But I'm happy everybody else got here. It was a really fun tournament, and maybe I'll do better next time. Maybe I won't.
Well, only 2 stand strong left at the third stage. Only 2 are remaining, and these 2 are the all-stars that have made it to the third stage in this tournament. Starting off with DHG Fireball. He's staring down at Pipe Dream. Doesn't seem too confident with that obstacle. But first he has to get there into the curved body prop. This obstacle, he's attempted it before, and he's got it in the last tournament. I believe he failed the swap planet bridge. I'm sure he'd love to beat that, but first, in order to even attempt it, he has to get through the devil steps. Oh, almost came up short there with the second one. That would have been an early exit for Fireball. He's been to this stage multiple times. He's seen it grow and evolve. Let's see here. He's moving down. And Fireball is gonna do it into the swap planet bridge. He failed this in Tournament 7. Can he make it through? He's going full send just like last tournament. This cost him in Tournament 7, but he's going to go straight for the transfer 2. And Fireball. Redemption is sweet. He is through the swap planet bridge, going to take on the mad cliffhanger. This obstacle, not easy by any means. He's going to save jump on the first one. Moving on, a little bit of a bounce there. That's a bit of lag. Oh, what's he doing? I don't think he knows where to go. Shooting at the third one. I think he just tried to transfer there off the second. That would have been a fun time. And he goes straight for the fourth one and doesn't even need a safe jump, but he gets it anyway. Someone's on the course in the background. That shouldn't be happening, but nonetheless, I think that's a DrawTV. Go figure. Going for the corner jump. This is what Joey failed, and he has it. Ooh, getting a few save jumps here. He's going straight for the top. Let's see, he doesn't seem too comfortable here. What's his game plan? Going for the large jump. He goes for it, and he comes up short! Fireball is out on the mad cliffhanger. Another victim of this obstacle. Just got an early jump. Didn't seem comfortable on this obstacle whatsoever. Comes up short of the small ledge, and Fireball's tournament ends as another victim of the mad cliffhanger. Well, now we just have one competitor left, one last hope for Ninjas of Halo 8, the grand champion himself. Doesn't give us much of an intro, but I don't think he even needs one at this point. We know who this man is. Atlantic Champ has been here 7 times. If anyone has seen this stage grow and evolve, it is this man. Atlantic Champ doing some interesting double sliding. Ooh, comes up short of the mount for the double steps, but thankfully the platform doesn't retract or anything, so he's still in the clear. Atlantic lining up these jumps. This is not an easy stage, and Atlantic knows that. one of just 3 people to ever clear this 3rd stage. Let's see, if he was wanting to get 1st place, the jump to beat will be the transition to the vertical limit. Let's see. He's lining this up. Going for the descent. I don't think he's ever seen this obstacle. He hasn't gone too deep into stage 3 in the last 2 tournaments, failing the cliffhanger and the swap planet bridge respectively. And speaking of the swap planet bridge, here he goes. He's about to attempt it. Atlantic. He knows he failed this in the last tournament. Can he get through it this time? He's gonna go full send. This cost Hunter just a few moments ago. Goes straight for the transfer. He has it. And Atlantic Champ is through the swap planet bridge. Well done. He's going to attempt the mad cliffhanger as well. Out of 8 competitors, 6 of them have attempted it. Only 3, or actually no, 5 have attempted it. Down to 6. Only 3 have gotten past it. Can he be the 4th? As he goes up for the big transfer. Let's see what his game plan is here. Taking quite a few save jumps on this 3rd one. Doesn't seem comfortable. He's lining this up. Oh, he's gonna drop off. That's an interesting technique. He did not seem comfortable there at all. You are allowed to drop off. And then he's now gonna take it again. He's gonna get more save jumps, but he gets a short hop this time. He's gonna go for the transfer now. An interesting technique from Atlantic, who's now floating in midair. Interesting. Atlantic. He does not look comfortable on this cliffhanger whatsoever. Cannot just seem to find a rhythm. And he gets the save jump. Or, I'm sorry, he gets the transfer, now gets the save jump. As he moves up and over. Getting save jumps here. The save jump technique here costs Joey. We can't stick it. He's gonna have to go for the corner off a save jump, and he appears to have it. Yes, he does. Now he has to go for the large jump. Goes for it. He's gonna go straight for the transfer like many others. And Atlantic Champ, just the 4th to beat the mad cliffhanger. Wow, a very smooth run, well, not smooth at all actually, I take that back. This has been very up and down, and he's gonna go straight for the pipe dream. Look at this. A wild run so far, now has to go for the ascent. Not crouching really much at all. I don't think he really knows what he's doing, to be completely honest. All these obstacles are brand new to him. Well, let me rephrase that. All these obstacles from the cliffhanger onwards are brand new to him. As he now goes, he's through the pipe dream, pretty much just has to stick this ledge and make a transfer to the pegboard. We watch Cyrus go out here, and he's got the transfer. And he makes his jump. That puts Cyrus in 3rd. But I know Atlantic wants more than 2nd. He probably wants more than 1st. He wants to go all the way again. But this is not an easy back half whatsoever. He's lining up these precision jumps. He's got it now. He has to transfer over. And good, he has it. Moving in to the back half of the pegboard. Get so far while playing the risky game. You can tell he's playing much safer on these cables. And he's into the end of the pegboard. Now has to go for the vertical limit. We watched Patrillo fail here just minutes ago. Now he has to line up this tough transfer. Can he do it? He goes for it. And he has it. Atlantic is onto the vertical limit for the first time. Atlantic's gonna try this obstacle. He has to be very careful here. We just watched Patrillo fail this exact transfer. He goes for it. He gets a sprint, and he has it. Atlantic is locked in 1st place, but like I said, you know he wants more than that. He dismounts from the vertical limit. Atlantic Champ is through the vertical limit and will be the 1st to, and the only in this tournament to attempt the pipe drop. This is certainly one of the toughest obstacles Ninjas of Halo has ever seen. You have to lock yourself in just such a small gap and then make an 8-foot drop. Atlantic is sizing this up. He knows what this feat is. lining up for the pipe. You have to lock yourself in. His head is locked in. He is in the first one. Now has to make the drop. That's what the name is all about. He's sizing this up. Can he make this transfer? It's an 8-foot drop. It is nothing easy. What's his technique gonna be? He goes for it. He hits his head. Oh no! He's out on the pipe drop! Just barely hit his head and the tournament ends. Just an obstacle away. He just hit his head right here. You can see it. And that was all it took. The head side tried so hard to save him. But Atlantic's tournament ends. We have to hear from him now.
Well, you probably could tell during my run, but I really didn't know what I was doing on that obstacle. I never got there in practice, but the champ is back, and he is ready to compete more. Yo!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's the end of Ninjas of Halo 8. This tournament will not go out on a low note. With the amazing performances of this competitor lately, including a final stage attempt in Tournament 7, Patrillo Fam4 has joined the family and has been promoted to an All-Star. Patrillo made his debut in Tournament 3, and despite not doing too well in that tournament, he has not failed Stage 1 since, making it to Stage 3 times, including his amazing Tournament 7 final stage run alongside MightyMax in this tournament, making it all the way to the vertical limit, getting 2nd place.
That's cool. Another achievement in my jumping career. I'm always happy to win, so this is just like a nice little thing on top of that to recognize that's one of the best on a course. But that's not gonna change my way of thinking on courses. I'm still gonna practice, still gonna try my best. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And that, my friends, is the conclusion of Ninjas of Halo 8. I am your host, Sonic Fan4. Thank you all for watching, and I will see y'all in another tournament of Ninjas of Halo. I am Sonic Fan4, and goodbye.